Bitcoin and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill.
This is a technology, it's a computing language, and I can build an app on it.
Is Bitcoin the currency of the future?
Crypto gang, it's the game, big gang, all gang, light gang, cash game, blockchain, whoa. I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew them up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the hodl gang. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Crypto gang, it's the game, big gang, all gang, light gang, cash game, blockchain, whoa. I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew them up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the hodl gang. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Ethereum pays for my rent. Bitcoin pays for the vent. Litecoin pays for the jet. Bitcoin cash for the rest. Spent 30 racks on an ICO. What coin did you buy? I forgot, yo. Just got started last night, bro. And I'm already hooked like a pipe stove. Flipping a coin, making it grow, taking it slow, letting it go. Cash flow's growing, it's incredible to watch it flow. Stacking the cash, taking it home, making it fast. I'm on a roll, little bit mo's all I ask for the bubble though. Currently, learning about a new type of currency. Burning the dollar down like an emergency. Urgently, listen, my friends have been urging me. Coins have been surging, we're earning like surgency. We on a mission, man. Crypto maniac. Act like you don't really know about it. Stop that. Bitcoin blowing up like a bomb. Step back. Used to be a couple $100. Should've copped that. Blew up on a scene from the mind of a brainiac. Back in 2009, where the miners at? Silk Road, baby, it's gotta be anonymous. Satoshi blew up, now we on the map.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Ricky Revster, in the building. Tayshawn was in the building on time early, and I had to move the time back. We had difficulties today. Oh, my goodness. But where there is chaos, there is opportunity. So the opportunity here is we get to do this a little later in the day. Hopefully this catches some of you so that you can see it, such as the homie, Ricky Webster. Salute to you. Tayshawn, sorry. Hope you've got something going on now and you can catch it before you're going out. But we're doing crypto game. Got back into town, was a little bit sick, lost my voice, could not shoot this video. So we are doing the video live. Basically, what we're going to be having here is the crypto portfolio update, except for I will have time to field and answer questions. I will be offering an opportunity for you guys to come up and ask questions. It's going to be a fun time. But first and foremost, as always, shout out to the Bag Chaser fam. That is not my Patreon group. That is Anton of Anton Daniels' Patreon group. Salute to him. Got an interesting take from him earlier today as well. So we're definitely gonna have that since we're talking future stuff. Gotta update my top 5 list. Y'all ain't catching me slipping today. Oh, geez, still got a little bit of the cough. But as I previously stated, we're going to be going over the standard throughput of what we've got going on. I had to work a little bit later today than I thought I was going to have to, and then I also needed to catch up on sleep because when I live stream late at night and wake up early in the morning, yo boy's tired. I am not a full-blown machine. I do require about anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour nap. No, 30 minutes to an hour and a half nap to get my druthers about me. As you can see, we're still druthering. So I definitely had to get that in. Like, it was not going to be a good show if I was exhausted in the way that I was. But we are back now, and we are going to be talking cryptocurrency. We are going to be getting into the thick of it. This show is going to be crypto focused. It's everything you ever dreamed of, everything you never knew you wanted but needed in your life. So we're going to jump right on into it. Make sure you guys hit the like, share, and subscribe. Jesus Christ, I'm super terrible about that. I haven't even hit the like button yet. There we go. I had to like myself. Because if you don't like yourself, no one else is going to like you. Let's be honest, people. It's a true fact. Oh, snap. Muslim guy in the building. Salute. Oh, yeah. Okay. We got enough people here that matter. Class is in session. So we're going to start off, obviously, if you watch the video set. If you don't, this is what I do every week. I have an upload that comes out Wednesday for the general public, Sundays, if you're in the bag chasers, usually within an hour after recording. And this is the format for that video. Every week, I go over my crypto portfolio. It's kind of cool. Made the name super simple. Crypto portfolio update. So if you're new to the space, not understanding cryptocurrency, wanting to know what somebody who's been doing it for a decade looks at, how I build my portfolio. Obviously, with the way that this market is, it's the Wild West. So you've got every type of cowboy and Indian and bandit out here. There's a million different ways to skin the cryptocurrency cat right now. I have my own secret sauce method that's been working for me, has helped me change my life personally. And I'm a, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of person, but always improve and always tweak. So we're tracking the portfolio that I've done for this year so far and how it's done. What's going on? T Wriggles B is in the building. Salute. So we'll jump on into this game. Go ahead and throw this up since I'm in here and doing this live and I won't forget. Get on in here and be like, you can support, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so as we've got this bouncing out here, let's go. So we start off with the top 5 gainers and losers. It's a pretty interesting part of the show. I've been told that people like this part of the show. It's one of the entertaining things. I think it's pretty entertaining myself. Number 1 at rank 168, the Hi-Fi Finance token, Hi-Fi, HIFI, is up 46.9% in the last 24 hours. Number 2 at rank 107 is TomiNet, TOMI, and that is up 29.6% in the last 24 hours. Number 3 is Orchid Protocol at rank 386 OXT, and that is up 27.26% in the last 24 hours. At number 4 is StoreJ. Oh, I know this one. STORJ, and that's at rank 350, and that is up 27.2% in the last 24 hours. And rounding out, and last but not least, is MEVFREE, MEVFREE, and that is sitting right at the cusp of the 1,000 marker at rank 999, and that is up 25.2% in the last 24 hours. Now we're getting over to the biggest, toppest 5s losers in the last 24 hours, hoping nobody's coins are on this list. But to be fair, for Shakeout September, this list ain't that bad. Numbers wise, because it could get much worse than this. I've seen much worse than this multiple times. But I digress. At number 1, we have Growestal Coin, GRS. And that is had a loss, and they're at rank 338, and they've had a loss of 34.3% in the last 24 hours. Number 2, we have, good Lord, Pink BNB, PNB. And they are at rank 916, and they've had a loss of 23.1% in the last 24 hours. Number 3 is at rank 948, Quenta, Kwenta, and they have had a loss of 20.7% in the last 24 hours. Number 4 is PAL AI at rank 763, and the ticker symbol is PAAL, and they have had a loss of 15.1% in the last 24 hours. And last but not least, number 5 at rank 547 is REI Network, REI, and they have had a loss of 14.1 in the last 24 hours. I hope all of you are on the top gainers list. I hope none of you are on the top losers list, because we don't want to be losing. I will take a look and see what that's about. It sounds scammy, not gonna lie. Iberdem. I'm just gonna tell you that sounds scammy, and you're spamming it. So that definitely does not sound like something legit. I'll look at it on the back end. If it is something legit, I will apologize and I will give it a look. But as far as doing live reviews upon request by random people that are not part of my community as of yet, I don't know about that. We're not one of those channels. I don't need the clout that bad. I'd rather have these people having sound, not even advice. I'd rather just have them exposed to sound things that I know are sound. So take heed to the message in the building. What's going on? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Great. We're going to keep it rocking. Going on over to the next tab, next part of the show where we do the breakdown. We take a look at the page, take a look at what's going on. You can see the pie graph. I know people like to see the pie graph. We're sitting at a profit of 25.6% for the year, which to me isn't that great. I know that's great to a lot of people, especially if you're in traditional finance, but we're going into a bull run year. So everything else is bear market until you're in the bull market. So, you take the good with the bad. I mean, bear market, this isn't bad. So I gotta cut myself some slack, but I do like it when we're above that 30% threshold. That makes me feel good about myself. And as we're looking to spin this portfolio down, we've got some that are in positions where I'm not gonna be able to close those positions out. But I think it's only one at this current time. It's only one position, so I'm not that worried about it. That's going to be riding over into next year. We'll be adding in to bring our average down, and that's going to be the curve position, because that was our hit for the year, but that was the hit that I think we're going to ride. We're going to ride that one down. Now we're going to get into the fun part. So obviously, Payday Friday, we busted that bag down. We had a massive pump. Bitcoin is sitting up at over 26,000. And we are in snipe season for Shakeout September, which means that is going into the cash pool waiting to be deployed. Now, the house funds, though, those are going to get deployed. We're going to dollar cost average that piece of the portfolio because it's a small piece, and we're going to dollar cost average it regardless. But for the major portfolio, everything right now is too far up for me to want, and I'm within thresholds for all my positions because I had cash that was already in the crypto space that was waiting to deploy to buy those positions up during the dip, namely NASDAQs. We're working our way up on that. And I think we're going to get a good position out of it. But right now it's within the capital position that it needs to be in there for what we want the position to be. Cosmos Hub, we already hit our target of tokens with that. So even though that's down, that position's closed off. It's just riding, and we only bought a little bit of it this year, which is why we're at a 16% loss on that position. Bitcoin fluctuating for Shakeout September. We are looking at I'm looking for dips into the $25,000 range. I'm looking at sub 25.5. I'm looking for 24. 24 is blow the bag. If we hit 24 on a payday, my whole check might be gone. I know that a lot of the analysts are targeting 23. The window that I'm seeing it in, you're seeing some good dips down under 25 into the $25,000 range. It seems like it's in this window between 27 and 24, mainly being in the 25s. They're saying that we could hit 23, and that's what they're thinking the bottoming out for this year will be. I'm buying at 25.5 is when I'm striking for while we're doing the snipe play. So if it drops $1,000, we're going to deploy those funds. If it doesn't, we're going to sit and wait, and we'll keep adding to it through the paydays until it does. Once it does, we will deploy. Most likely during that time, we will deploy and just get Bitcoin. I'm just looking at Bitcoin right now. there's not much else that I'm looking at with the level of volatility, because nothing, even with the volatility, my altcoins really aren't getting into ranges that are good buys for me with anything that still has a position open. Like, I mean, as you can see, Arbitrum, we're sitting at a 2,000% gain because that was free money. Like, there's no reason for me to buy that, really. Now going into next year, I might add it to the portfolio and add a position. I'm going to have some rollout positions. Like, we went over the coins that I'm looking at. We went over setting up that temporary portfolio for next year and some of the stuff that's in there. But what I'm actively looking at is it's going to be stuff that's in, like, NASDAQ's for sure is carrying over to next year. Like, that's going to be too good of an opportunity to pass up. It's income producing, and it's still above. I think the APY was at what? It's still above. It's still like above 30% APY on this coin to hold it. So even with the volatility, like, going into the bull run, stuff that's paying is going to be a preferential space holder for me. SNX will most likely be in the portfolio next year, but I also will most likely be closing that position out and restarting fresh at the beginning of the year again, because obviously we want to free up that Ethereum that we have leveraged against. I want to unlock that so I can pull back into the reserves. We're getting some reserve positions touched on that we're going to get. I need at least one of those tokens back for the old vault, or actually I might just liquid stake it. I might keep it on the ledger that it's on and liquid stake that, but just start moving some stuff over into some liquid staking positions that we're not leveraging against, that's just sitting out to the side. But yeah, so we haven't bought anything this week. The list has moved around a little bit because of price shifts. So let's get to it. At number 1 is Ethereum. As per usual, that was one of our goals. We're stacking that Ethereum. We're on the road to 32 Ethereum. So that's going to be a process. I'm hoping to end out this year, hopefully after everything's all said and done, with somewhere between, I'd say, I'm hoping between 7 and 10. And then going into next year, depending on how big of a bull run we have, because obviously we're only going to be getting part of the way into it, so we'll be spinning down. Actually, I think next year's portfolio, that season of crypto portfolio updates, is going to span 2 years, because I want that through the better part of the bull run. So hopefully during that period we'll be able to accumulate 20 ETH. That's the goal. That's going to be my goal. I'm setting that goal. Like, we're going to, if we get, or I guess 22 ETH, we'll be able to figure out how to build up to 22 ETH. That's going to be the goal. Yeah. So number 1 is Ethereum ETH. Number 2 is Synthetics Network, SNX. Number 3 is USDC coin, USDC, or USD coin, USDC. Number 4 is Staked Yearn Curve Vault position, and that's basically just CRV. Took a hit on it, not great. Number 5 is NASDAQ's NSDX. Number 6, the original orange pill, Bitcoin BTC. Number 7 is Wrapped Bitcoin, WBTC. Number 8 is Arbitrum, ARB. Number 9 is Cosmos Hub, ATOM. And number 10, rounding out the end of it, is Thor Wallet Dex, TGT. And that's the current top 10 in the portfolio that we made this year. If you are not... Oh, no. This is very much live, Youngblood. I seen you earlier. But yeah, no, we did it live because I didn't do the drop on Wednesday. So my punishment to myself and making it up to you is you guys get to see me for an additional live. Oh, my TikTok is none yet. It is, I believe. Hold on. I'm gonna actually pull it. Oh, You did? You found it? Okay. Oh, Jesus Lord. Okay. Okay, Nanya. Good God, now I'm scared. I'll have to check my TikTok after I get done wrapping this up. I know, but if I do lives, Mr. Youngblood, specifically for this portfolio, since I give it to everyone in the Bag Chasers first, usually if I do this live, then it doesn't give them that level, that exclusivity. Now, I think moving forward after I stop running that promo, we might have to do like, once my channel gets monetized, this is going to be, hey, Corn Pops, I see you, brother, and we're going to talk about it. I will tell you exactly what I think about XRP. If I think I might do maybe this video as a members only and then re-upload it after the fact and keep the live private and just do these episodes as lives for members once I reach a monetization point. And I think that'll be when I break off from doing the exclusive Sunday drop. What's going on, Pellman's TV7? How's it going? Welcome to the channel. We're talking crypto today. But yeah, once I get monetized, I can do some members only type stuff, like some. I don't really think like I'm not at a level where I could do a Patreon or anything like that yet. But I do enjoy doing these live because then people can ask questions. So that's definitely in the pipes. This is crypto related, Pellmanus TV7. This is crypto related. Now, I will tell you this. In between those two, they're both good for crypto. I can tell you what we knew before the last election. We had a saying in the crypto community, both are good for crypto regardless, because either America's going to get on board or they'll get left behind. Actively right now, they're getting left behind. But we were told that Biden, if Biden got voted in, then it was going to be great for the crypto community, and it has been, because he was going to tank the economy, which he did. Trump was going to be great for crypto and the United States citizens, but they didn't want that. They chose to go with total anarchy. So now everybody's getting evicted, and they don't have money, and they're going to starve. They're starving. They're actively starting to starve because they're homeless. So, which is great for crypto. I mean, either way, we were going to win. It was either we were going to get a fast road for those of us who've been in the market for as long as I have. Those of you who've been here 10 years plus, you know what I'm talking about. It was either going to be a fast road to riches or a slow road to riches. The fast road wasn't going to be good for the citizens. It was just going to be good for us. That said, I did not vote for that man. I would not vote for that man. I will not vote for that man because I am pro-American, the citizen, which is kind of why I got into crypto in the first place, because our government is waging financial war against its citizenry. And having somebody like Biden at the helm enables even more of that, because they want you to own nothing. They want you poor. They want you dependent on them. They want you in need of a savior. They do not want self-sufficient people. So, I mean, it's not a matter of liking, it's a matter of dealing with for me. Like, I don't like anything that's going on with our government right now. And unless we tear the whole system down and rebuild it, I'm probably not going to like it. What we have is things that are more tolerable than others, which is why it's important that you get out and vote. But, you know, it is what it is. You position yourself to win either way. Like, I'm not living and dying by some dude sitting in a seat that I'm never going to meet. Like, I'm not going to let that affect my outcome in my life. I'm responsible for that. So, anyway, so like, we didn't make any buys this week. We did do some collection. We are on target to, I think we're going to at least reach the stretch goal during Shakeout September, which is going to be amazing. which that'll be a good indicator for me is if we hit the stretch goal, if we go past the stretch goal, I'm going to be hyped, especially if I get some good buys on Bitcoin during this month, during those dips. Cause like we're actually actively having a little bit of cash on the sideline to look for them to just go in and get those dips. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do the news stories. And then instead of doing the alpha question, I'm going to open it up and ask some questions. Those of you who've been asking questions, those of us who, as far as the website that I'm using, Corn Pops, I use CoinGecko because, and it's one of those things. It's personal preference. There's also CoinMarketCap. There's CoinGecko. There's a bunch of other tracking deals. I like CoinGecko because they have an app, and it makes it easier for me to manually track my crypto moves. So I record all my trades for myself, so I know how my portfolio is doing. I'm very tactile with that. So for me, I do it the old school way. I like actually just plugging in the numbers myself. A lot of people don't do that. There's a lot of other programs that you can connect to your wallets. I don't necessarily trust those. I don't trust connecting anything to your stuff necessarily. Unless of course it's like a paid service that you're using for tax reasons. But I like manually doing it so that way I'm in control and I can see how my portfolio is going. So I use CoinGecko. CoinMarketCap does all the exact same stuff. It's personal preference. I just really like CoinGecko. I enjoy using it. Like I started off using CoinMarketCap, strove away from it, used like probably 4 or 5 other different things to track it over the years. And when I got to CoinGecko, and I've just consistently been using it since. Like it just works for me. It's a preference, and I like the layout. I like that. Okay. T Wriggles. So those of you who have questions, we're going to get through these news stories, and then I'm going to start machine gunning through some questions. Cause like I know Corn Pops, I see you, T Wriggles, you got a question. I start it. I see it. I just don't want to answer them as I'm going and then not have the question section that's dedicated to you guys. So we're going to share the next tab. Boom. So first thing, this is from Yahoo Finance. This is from September 4th. Little bit of old news. But adoption news. Turkey sees increased crypto adoption amidst inflation concerns. Now, Turkey is a country that is having problems, namely inflation problems. And it's interesting to see that these people who are in a society that's having rampant inflation problems that are abutting on a collapse, like Turkey's been a thorn in the side of the European nation for a long time. They decided that they weren't going to pay their bills. They decided that they were going to not contribute, and now they're collapsing. And amidst this, people are not gravitating towards the things that we're always told, which Americans are told to gravitate towards stuff. And I think this is pretty interesting. And it's going to wrap into T's deal. Actually, I'm just gonna save that. But they're gravitating towards digital assets over the traditional stuff that we're told. And I'm going to tell you why here after we wrap up this last story, because I've only got 2 because I didn't know how long we were going to go today. I mean, normally my lives go if you didn't know that, then I'm gonna touch on it because this is an interesting story that they're gravitating. But the jump that they had was from 30%, which most other countries, and I understand that people in the U.S., we live in a bubble, and most other people in the U.S. can't point to another country on a map, but the rest of the world is heavily adopting Bitcoin, especially societies that aren't necessarily first world financially. The ones that don't have the strongest economy, the ones that don't trust their economy, their economic mechanisms. And I don't understand why Americans, after what's gone on over the pandemic, still trust our economic overlords. They blatantly lie to you about inflation. Like, you still believe it because it makes you feel good, but facts don't care about your feelings. How's inflation 4% if everything's up 25 to 50% that you use? Because they picked things that didn't go up that much at the time, so that they could say, oh, it's only, they said we peaked out at 9%. They wouldn't even give us 10%. When in reality, it was at minimum 20% inflation. If you're a human in the real world, like boots on the ground guys, the people who are trying to side with the government and say that it's not that bad, even though you can't afford to eat, you can't afford to buy any of the stuff you could buy last year. You definitely ain't getting it twice. You can't afford cars. Like, you guys have racked up $1 trillion in debt. You're all getting evicted, apparently. Like, but no, things are fine. The government said inflation's only up 10%. Then, like, Bradley, why don't you have a house anymore, bruh? Why are you living in your Lucian Motors really nice $120,000 car, Karen? How did you get here? Things aren't that bad? Really? Where's your job, Stephanie? Where's your job? Just wondering. They're not that bad. They're not that bad for me. They sound damn terrible for the rest of you. I'm just saying, I'm calling it like it is. So Turkey has really shifted heavy into Bitcoin. A lot of countries in Africa where they have corrupt governments, which I can't even say are so much different from ours. It's just our level of corruption is different because we're not a third world country, so it's not a warlord. They don't warlord it over us. They just slowly steal our money via inflation, via taxes, via rising property values, via forcing our cities to substantiate hundreds of thousands of immigrants flooding into our areas that they're going to pay for, which they say they're going to pay for, but it's actually us who pay for that too, via inflation and taxes, because they're going to print money to do it. And nobody says anything because American life, we're still a first world country. And for the most part, unless you live in one of the third world cities, or third world states at this point, such as California, Chicago, Detroit, Los Angeles, you're pretty safe most of the time. So, like, it's not that bad, right? You're comfortable. They keep you comfortable. That's what keeps you from fighting back. While they completely inhibit your wealth, they're inhibiting your ability to move upwardly in the financial system, in the status or class system. They'll let you pretend that you're rich by buying fake Rolexes for $400 that you don't have, by getting Gucci belts to go to the club to impress girls that, may or may not let you bust down, whatever. But I mean, it's temporary because you actually ain't got it like that. So, like, how long is that lie going to last? Like, what are you going to do? You're going to tell them the car that you rented is constantly in the shop after they see it the one time that you rented it out on the weekend, and then they got to deal with you in your Corolla. That's only gonna last for so long, bro. So, but and while you're wasting money doing that, you're killing your opportunities to get ahead. You got whole millennials making all these TikToks about how everything's expensive and they're never going to be able to buy houses. It's probably because you're buying Gucci belts and renting luxury vehicles to go out every weekend, Jamal. That's probably why you're never going to be able to buy a house. It's because you're financially illiterate. Like, you're a dumb with money. You spend everything that you make, and therefore you are poor. Like, that's by design. That's what happens. Like, if you spend everything that you make, you will be poor. If you want to skip to the end of the game, instead of actually being rich, you wanted to look rich, then you are going to be poor. If you want to sit there and talk about cryptocurrency is a scam, even though you're in the same place that you was last year, your net worth is less than what it was last year, you're broke, and you're renting sports cars to go to the club and impress chicks, then you're going to be poor. You're going to sit there and look at you. You got an excuse for every opportunity put in your face. You're going to be poor. Like, it's just what it is. And that's the way that they want it. Because then you can't fight. You can't defend yourself. Can't do what you see, what you wish. Like, if stuff goes bad, you can't even leave because you're broke. You can't afford the plane ticket. Because everything's going up in price. Dollars are going down in price. And you're spending every dollar that comes into your hands. It's what it is. But that's by design. By design. So, with that said, we're going to jump over to the last story, and then we're going to go answer these questions. Now, this one isn't very interesting on the surface, but I'll tell you why it is. So Twitter was awarded 3 state money transmitter licenses. This is actually a huge deal. It was, do they list the states? Which states was it? I know Missouri. Yeah, it was New Hampshire, Michigan, and Missouri. Now, the reason this isn't that big a deal is because it was only approved in 3 states, right? The reason it's a big deal is because it's going to get approved in the other states. He just started off with those 3 states. Like once you get some of them, once they get to a certain fever pitch, you're going to start seeing the ability to transmit money on Twitter. You're going to see crypto on Twitter. It's all coming together. Crypto's coming to Twitter. It's happening. Preliminary Pel Menace TV 7. You are in Canada. That means you just, I mean, it's America on it's Canada. America is moving towards what Canada is doing on steroids. Canada is America on steroids, bro. Like you guys got less rights than we do. You have a more oppressive, I mean, you basically have a dictatorship almost. Like we're looking at y'all going, we don't want that. Like we don't want a dude who's charismatic just telling us what to do, like regardless of who it is. Like I don't even want Trump in a Trudeau position. Like I don't like that dude. That dude's an enemy of your people. Like I haven't seen anything that he's done that's been outside of him speaking well and, you know, not being dysgenic. I don't see anything that he's done that's been beneficial to the Canadian people. I'm sick and tired of seeing your smoke float into my city. Like, honestly, like at the minimum, if you're going to have a dictatorship, don't have your forest catch on fire and then your smoke blow into our country. Like, can we at least get that? Can we at least get that so that you can say that you're a functional society that like people want to be in? Like the scenery's good up there, but like for real, y'all got to get them forest fires under some sort of control. Otherwise, we're going to have to start talking about maybe Canada getting absorbed into America because like we can put most fires out. Like, oh, dude, bro, listen. Oh, hey, bro, Pumpkin's in the building. No, corn pops, dude. That's a whole ass part of game in some of these larger cities. Like down in Miami, dudes do that all weekend. Every weekend, they'll rent Maseratis, they'll rent Ferraris, they'll rent Lamborghinis for the weekend for a night to go to the club to pick up chicks. Like that's part of like the pickup game that these dudes are running in some of these cities. Like though that's the reason Turo be popping. I don't know what he is, but I know he's in charge of Canada. Like that's not even my problem. Like, but you know, the thing with this Twitter deal is they're going to expand this out, and then they're going to have a crypto platform. Like, you know, I mean, Elon Musk was part of the PayPal mafia. Like he built PayPal. He knows how these systems work. Just think PayPal, but I think it'll probably be more crypto focused and it'll be way more global focused just because of who's already on Twitter. So it's just a shoo-in that it's going to be crypto. Ooh, corn pops. That's dope, dude. 911s. I love Porsches. I'm a Porsche fan. I've driven. I didn't know what I was talking about because I used to shit on luxury cars because I was always a tuner growing up myself. So I like to tinker with cars. I got to drive my business partner's 911 before he sold his. And I think it was a 2022. And it changed my life. Changed my life completely. It was amazing. I mean, yeah, as long as they don't get wrecked. I mean, they have places where you can just go, like, if you know the people, like, if you got the connect for it, if you have a Lamborghini, there's places that you can send them down in Florida where they store them down there, and they just pay you to have them down there in their stable of cars to rent out. And there's people who will do that until they pay the car off. Then they'll drive the car for a month and sell the car and flip it and do that. What's going on, Quantum? How's it going? How's it going? Quantum University in the building. But yeah, no, we're rocking out. Okay, so let's get to these questions because I definitely want to do these in order. So let's see here. What do I think about XRP? So XRP is actually going to be in my portfolio for next year for the bull run. It is going to be in the bull run portfolio. What do I think about it? I think that their niche market is going to be, they're getting in between to become the rails for international traversement of monetary funds. They're the banker coin. They're in with the banks. They won their SEC lawsuit, which was awesome. And they're set to where there's no excuses for them to not be able to run that bag up. Me personally, what do I think about it? I think it's counter what the reason for crypto being invented was. That's to keep traditional finance relevant. Crypto was made to destroy traditional finance. So as a crypto anarchist, as a financial anarchist anyway, I don't like the coin. As an investor, I want my fucking money. So we're going to go ahead and get that bag because XRP is not going away because banks aren't trying to go away. And they're heavily outside of this country. They were doing business anyways. If they would have lost the SEC lawsuit, they just wouldn't have done business in the United States. That would have been a loss for the United States. They would have moved their office, another loss for the United States, and they would have taken their tax money and their business with them, and they would have kept it rolling. Like that's what they would have done. So in that regard, it's cool. Like it's a good business play. I think there's going to be money to make off of the run up of it. Obviously, as far as the people that are in it long term, the coin wasn't made for people. So the usefulness of it, I don't think you're going to go to the store at any point and then people be like, yeah, that's going to be 15 XRP for that candy bar. I don't think that's where it's going because that's not their aim. They're not trying to be money. They're a back rail system. They're trying to replace Swift. You don't go buy stuff with Swift. You use Swift to use fiat currency to buy stuff. That's how credit cards work. That's what they want to be. They want to be the updated version of that. So for that, sure, because I don't think credit cards are going away either. It's going to be a long road before we're like 100% in crypto. So like there's going to be a good opportunity for them to make money because they're already making those inroads. They already have those relationships and it's already being utilized. So that's good. Next question. T Wriggles. T Wriggles said, I've heard precious metals is the way to go. How do you feel about that? Anybody talk to anyone who's immigrated from a country that was rich that you see working, any of the Arabs or the Indians that you see working at the gas station, and ask them what they think about precious metal, because most of them had precious metals. And when their countries collapsed, they were taken before they left. So then you leave with nothing. Like you can't. Also, if you have $1 million in gold, how do you even move that? How do you move it around? How? Like, how does that work? Because, like, look, I can tell you, you got $1 million in gold and you leave in the country, they're gonna confiscate your gold. Me, I'm gonna leave with this, and I don't even need this. I can leave with a piece of paper with the information for this, and there's nothing they can do about it. They'll never get anything in here, ever. This is all I got to take. Are they even looking for thumb drives? It's if in the situation that you actually need gold, that you actually need it, because nobody's transacting in gold bars. No one does that. In the situation you need gold, it's completely useless. When you need it the most, when they tell you, oh, if things go bad, you got your gold bars. all that does is make your gold bars confiscatable by the person with more guns. Like now you got to have all the guns and manpower to protect them gold bars, and you got to have those people loyal to you to protect them gold bars, because what if one of them wants the gold bars, they shoot you in the back, you fall down, now they got the gold bars, and so on and so forth. It's just not not efficient. It doesn't make sense. Hold on, because Nunya had a comment that I wanted to highlight also. Oh, here we go. So hold on, Youngblood City, I'm gonna get you in here next. Okay, so Nunya's saying it's legal to hack people in Turkey. Well, I mean, you're not hacking a thumb drive. And I mean, even if you got into my hot wallet, you would still need my face, a biometric, a password to utilize it. So like, what level of hacking are we talking about? Like, I get that it's legal to hack people, but it's like it's actually really hard to hack someone and get their crypto. I'm just going to throw that out there. Like, you have to go to a site and give them permission, basically. You got to sign the contract. Like, it's not easy to steal cryptocurrency. It's really not. Like, it's only easy if the person is stupid. It's the equivalent of, like, it's not easy to put a virus on somebody's computer unless they click the hyperlink that says they're an African prince when you send it to Karen, who is the whitest of white women in Australia. And she clicks the hyperlink and she's like, oh, I'm an African prince. And she clicks it, and then her computer's fucked up. So like that's all I'm saying. And then Mr. Youngblood City added in. He said, dude, I saw a video I cannot find right now, but it was talking about how Bitcoin gets strengthened if someone loses their coin wallet or dies. It does. Supply and demand. Because there's only going to be so many of them. So like if you lose 1,000 Bitcoin, that's 1,000 Bitcoin that can now never be used. Therefore, there are less Bitcoin than what was originally going to be, and people are still having to buy them. So it does. Like if you die and nobody has your private keys, then yeah, like that does strengthen Bitcoin, because it eliminates some of the Bitcoin, because if they're gone, like it's not like the bank. What's going on, Canadian Tyler? Oh, snaps. Yeah. I wouldn't invest in any third world. I mean, look, I would heavily research what the property rights are before giving them a dime. And I don't know which one, because in a third world country, it's like whatever militias in power can just come take your shit. And if you ain't got more guns than them, then you lose your shit. Like I wouldn't invest in any third world country. Period. I mean, now I would move to a country that's not necessarily a first world. Like I would where's Team Fatty from? I've been looking at his country. I'm planning on going there because my money's worth more than his money. So even though he rich there, he ain't rich here, bro. So like where is it? It's Portugal. Yeah, Fatty's from Portugal. And I've been looking at going there because they're very favorable and friendly to the crypto bros. So, and our money stretches longer there. And like being an American, like my money goes longer there. So like I'm looking at getting like, a little spot there just in case stuff gets a little hot. Cause ain't nobody ever pointed to Portugal and been like, hey, fuck those guys. So, like you away from everybody, like out of the way. Malta's another dope country if you're into crypto. Like El Salvador, another one. You like the Latin women, We passport bro it up. You go take your crypto and go somewhere where they're nice to you. Puerto Rico's cool too, but they're attached to America, and I ain't trying to, like, if I gotta leave America, I don't want to leave America for America Light. But yeah. So I mean, it depends on what the property rights are, because like there's no point in investing in any country that will just come and not let you actually own property. That's the reason I don't even believe in investing in Hawaii. Because they're land leases, like you don't own the property, and they can take it back. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, so for me, like, I don't look at third world countries and be like, oh, I want to go invest. Like, they're just going to steal your money. like, like honestly, like those countries are in that position for a reason. It's because generally of corruption. There's no belief in the system. They don't allow actual property rights. They tell you own something and then just come take it. I mean, China does the same thing. China can just show up and take your shit. Like, I wouldn't invest there either. like, so do we have, okay, so I'm gonna leave it open. Do we have any more questions? I'll drop the link in case somebody wants to come up and get what they got off their chest for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I can take a couple of calls, call in. You can be on camera, you cannot be on camera. We can do it however you want. And you know, if it's relevant to the conversation, you guys want to get something off, I'll throw that out there for you. So hold on, here we go. Nani, you don't have anything to talk about crypto. You talking about karaoke and cooking dinner. I'm not singing. I'm sick. Like, you can hear my nose actively stopped up. Like, why are you asking? Man, I ain't dancing. There ain't enough room. You want to see me dance and get on my TikTok, man. Oh my goodness. You can talk. You can. Oh no, I can't. My nose is stopped up. Hold up. Oh, here we go. Corn Pop's got another good question. Question: aren't there like 30 different countries building CBDCs on XRP right now, though? There might be 30. There might be. I don't know the exact amount. I'm not that versed in the XRP sphere because the only engagement that I have with that project is making money off of it. What I do know is a lot of countries are building CBDCs on Ethereum. That's where the bulk of the action is going to be for that, I think. CBDCs aren't good for the citizens. It's actually really bad for people. Real bad. Like, excruciatingly bad. You'll have no privacy, and then you'll also have no rights, because at that point, you're giving them permission to feed you. You are giving them permission to starve you. And programmable money with a few people in charge of it is never good for the vast majority of people. It's going to be great for the few people, not good for the vast majority. Oh, snap. Nunya's trending on TikTok? Dude, give me a shout out. Tell people I'm your friend. Unless you're trending for the wrong reasons. Then don't know me, bro. like... But yeah, I mean, the CBDCs aren't a good thing. They're going to happen because it gives government infinite control. It gives them ultimate control. There's no more control that the government could have aside from assigning an agent to live with you and follow you around everywhere to tell you you can't buy that or you can buy that. Like, the social credit score is right behind the CBDC. I'll tell you that. And it's going to affect what you can and can't buy. It's going to affect what you can and can't do. You'll have a personalized tax rate that will probably be affected by your personal social credit score. All the stuff that we talk about that's going on in China that's so Black Mirror-ish will be coming to a United States state near you. Now, mind you, there are a few states. If you guys look up the goldbacks, there are a few states where you might consider, for those of you who are in America, relocating to, that are actively against CBDCs. And they're actually changing the money that they're accepting as legal tender, and they're actually going to a gold standard note. They're going to gold standard notes. Those are states you should look at, because those are states that are also probably going to be pro Bitcoin, pro crypto, pro you being sovereign in and of yourself. So something interesting to think on. But like, there's I think 4 states right now and almost 5 that have adopted the goldbacks. So those are going to be good states. Those are states I'm keeping an eye on from within America, because like, I'm not trying to be somewhere that's going to try to lock me down with CBDCs. I don't like it. Oh, see, now Corn Pops, I agree with that. He said, yeah, but if it's going to happen either way, shouldn't we get ahead of it and make money off it? Absolutely. 100%. 100%. I mean, if nothing else, you should be putting yourself in a position where, like, if this goes draconian and it's just censorship, surveillance state, you have the funds to leave and still have a life, because that's probably what's going to happen. Like, if you think about it, the only people that are going to stick around to be told what they can and can't buy are poor people, because they have to, because they can't leave. That's the only population that you're going to be able to wrangle control of, as the ones that are already indoctrinated into your system, that you told that this is no big deal, this is for their own good, and now they're trapped. People who have Bitcoin and people who are well into the crypto market, I don't have to do a goddamn thing. There's nothing that you can fucking tell me that doesn't equate to me going, yeah, I'm just going to get outside of these borders and, like, make a couple of transactions and I'm fucking gone. And guess what? Most of my wealth's with me. I mean, I'm not positioning myself to get locked into shit. like, period. What are you going to do when America has CBDCs and they go, oh, if you don't turn your firearm in, we're going to turn your fucking money off? Because that's going to be on the docket. It's going to happen. Like, I don't think people understand. I'm like, that's how they're going to collect the guns. They're going to starve you motherfuckers to death. Like, they're going to turn your money off. They're going to make it so that you can't function in society. And then you're going to do whatever the hell they tell you. Also, at that point, you won't be able to leave. Something to think about. Like, now that we're talking about it, that's gonna be the last knot on the noose for y'all, is when they release that CBDC, because then they'll be able to go in, they'll be able to program it so that you can't really navigate in society, so you'll have only so much time to use cash, because they'll be taking that out of circulation actively, and you'll have no other means of transacting because you thought Bitcoin was a scam. And now you're in the crypto market anyway, but 100% controlled, because at that point they could also tell you, they can program that money to where you can't use it to buy crypto. They can program that money, be like, oh yeah, those funds, you don't have the right authority to buy that asset. You can't buy it. What's going on, Red Lipstick Vibes? I mean, I don't think Bitcoin's going to zero, personally. I mean, obviously there's a risk with anything. You could invest in a company and it goes out of business. I mean, people invested in Sears. Sears doesn't fucking exist anymore. Like, people invested in Radio Shack. Radio Shack doesn't fucking exist anymore. Like, when you're talking about stuff going to zero, I'm like, well, your house could end up in a blighted area and now it's not worth shit. Like, if your house drops below the value that you owe on it, it's actually worth $0 or $-. Now, one thing crypto can't do is be worth less than like, it can't be worth $. Like, it's not going to drain your bank account. I mean, I don't know. It's I mean, the way that I look at it, money is a tool. You use the efficient tool. Now, the efficient tool right now is obviously still dollars, because they're accepted everywhere. But dollars are actively going down in value. I can tell you from personal experience, having been in crypto for 10 years and counting, that my Bitcoin has gone up in value over the timeline, and the stuff that I can buy with that has grown. The stuff that I can buy with that same amount of dollars, if I would have kept it in cash, is an order of magnitude less. So for me, it's just math. It's like, okay, can I get more shit with this or this? So, like, I don't keep dollars. I spend them. Like, my dollars are either in crypto or in the market. Like, I don't have an abundance of cash sitting around. You know what, Nanya? You're right. I am I am a tool, a specific kind of tool. I mean, your Canadian dollar is down in the sense that you guys can't afford to buy shit, just like the American dollar. It's not about it being like the concept that people have of money is like super off. Like your dollar isn't down. Okay, so like take for instance, so like I've got this tape measure here, right? So say this tape measure is worth $5 right now. If in 10 years this same tape measure costs $10, this is still the same tape measure. The only thing that changed is the means of what I'm exchanging for it. So your dollar isn't down right now because those prices for what you're paying for food and stuff are never coming back down. They're never coming back down. And that's the thing that people don't understand. Eggs are eggs. An egg is an egg. You're paying 50% more for eggs. The price of eggs is never going backwards at this point. That's the price of eggs. Your dollars are the money that you're using to exchange for that egg is what went down. You can buy less. It's consistently doing this. So like when you see prices go up, like you don't see prices for shit in first world countries fluctuating. You like the thing is always the tangible is always the tangible. The only thing that changes is how many of those dollars I need for my tangible. Because like it's the same tangible regardless. Like the egg is always the egg. It's the same chicken pooped it out. The chicken didn't get upgraded. The egg never got upgraded. You still gonna make scrambled eggs over easy, eggs cordon bleu. Like, you know what I'm saying? You still making the same shit out of the egg. The egg never changed. It just takes more dollars to buy the same egg. Yeah. It's so like when you start looking at stuff like that, then you start looking at assets totally different. You go, okay, now in a dollar and Bitcoin on this same trajectory, where do I end up? Can I buy more eggs now than I could? Yeah. Then we don't spend Bitcoin. We just buy that and hold on to that. That's a balancer right there. That protects your wealth. But I'll take all the dollars in the world. Like if eggs are $10, fine. I'm gonna go give you $10 bills. You're not getting a Bitcoin out of me for no eggs, dude. Canadian Tyler, I dope. Right. It's a psyop. They tell you that, oh, the dollar's weak right now, but when we have a strong dollar, the prices don't change. Like cars don't magically get cheaper when the dollar is strong. No, the prices went up when the government printed all that stimulus money. That's when the prices go up. It's not so yeah, that was part of the reason everybody got all those big raises. The government gave everybody stimulus money, and then, you know, they distributed the money out. As the money hits the system, everyone gets a big raise. When you get your big raise with the government stimmy money, they still printed that money, which the secondary effect of that is everybody who sells stuff goes, oh, they made a bazillion more dollars, so these dollars are worth less, then I need more dollars for my tangible. Yeah, 100%. Well, it's the premise of like, oh, everybody should make, when they were talking about in America, well, I mean, Nanya, you live in America. When they were talking about, oh, all the people who drop the fries and hand me my sandwich at McDonald's need to make $15 an hour. And now $15 an hour isn't enough. It's like you're at the bottom for a fucking reason. You are at the bottom of the social hierarchy. You are at the bottom of wages. So if $15 an hour is now the new bottom wage, the price of things has to go up because you're not supposed to be able to afford shit because you're at the bottom. like that's part of the issue. It's like they're at the bottom, and then you're wondering why if you raise up the bottom wage, then all the raises above that go up, and now all of the people have to pay more for stuff. but you're gonna be at the bottom regardless. Do we got any more questions? I'm gonna give it a little bit longer because like we definitely put some time in on this one tonight. You know what I'm saying? As far as episodes go, this is almost twice as long as our normal episode. So, you know, we talked about some crypto. We talked about some money. What's going on? Canadian Tyler's back in the building. He had to go in the shop real quick, handle some business. But yeah, I mean, it's people don't understand how when we get free money, it drives up the prices of everything. Like you can't just make up money out of nowhere and then the prices don't change. Like people who own businesses understand how money works and they understand that like if you keep your prices the same. Yes, I do. Yes, I am on Telegram. I honestly don't know. If you put corn pop, I think I gave you a wrench. If you put your Telegram in there, I can add you on there because I don't even know mine. Like I'm in a Telegram. I'm on Telegram specifically because the first crypto investment group that I ever joined, we made like another little group out of that because like we all got ripped off for money. But we made our own little group and we've been like investing together ever since. That spawned off of that original group. And I only have Telegram because that's the only place the group exists because like we never moved over to Discord. So like I have a Telegram specifically for that group. But if you drop your Telegram, I'll add you. But yeah. Oh my god. I all my stuff is boring and no, I'm not gonna dance and sing. I might go dance and sing at the club tonight. Oh my y'all are ridiculous. Okay, hold up. I got you. Bet. Hold on, let me copy and paste this. I don't know if you want everybody wanting your shit. So I'm gonna make a sticky note out of that for myself for later. And I will add you as soon as I get off here because I use my phone to record, so I'm not gonna be able to add you right now, but I will do this. Bam. Okay, I got it on my list. I'm not singing. I don't do karaoke. I don't even go to karaoke bars, Nanya. Like I literally like that's exactly what like a thing that's not gonna happen. Like that's not my thing. That's Casey's thing. Like I don't need to go be cool in Casey's world. Like that's his thing. He can sing karaoke. Like I don't like singing. And there's no such thing as dance-a-roke. It's weird. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna carry my happy ass to the bar. I'm gonna go dance there. And I might get drunk, Nunya. What do you think about that? Nunya? I'm going to be drunk out at the club. Body rolling in front of the ladies. Like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to be out there. Nunya, you ain't right. That's fucking terrible. All right. Oh, I will. I'm going to be super safe. I'm always safe. Like, I don't go places that are too far from my house. I live downtown for a reason. Like that's the reason I live. Tyler, I do not be out here twerking for these hoes at the club, bro. Like it's not happening. It's not happening. like that is peak. You are not getting laid if you twerking for hoes at the club. I know because in my younger days, bro, I was twerking for hoes at the club. Never worked, bro. Worst game ever. Corn No, a nice white woman is going to find me, Corn Pops. You are ridiculous. Y'all ain't right. Y'all are not right. Okay, we're gonna spin this down. This was dope though. We're definitely so as soon as we're on the road to 500, so like make sure to share this with your friends. Like if honestly, if I suck, don't share it though. Like the market has to decide because I'm a capitalist. So I don't want you to share it if it's not helping you. But if it is interesting and it's conversations and these are topics that you think are interesting, these are pre-recorded and uploaded on Wednesdays for the general public. But Once we get to 500 and I can do memberships, I might do a members only live stream and make those be the episodes where I just answer your guys' questions and you can contribute and we'll rock it out just like this. Episodes will get a little bit longer, but I think there's a lot of value in this when people ask questions. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're working towards that, but I want you guys to understand. I do realize that everybody likes it when my stuff is live. So I mean, I'll switch it over to where I just live record the episodes and I just don't leave. I'll make the live streams private after I do them. And then I'll upload those live streams as the episode later on in the week. And I'll just get a couple of days where we do that once we get to the point where I can get a membership tier or some shit. I don't know. Once we get to 500, that's what we'll look at doing because I do enjoy talking to you guys live as well, even though none of you be on my neck the whole episode, which actually I honestly think my episodes have pretty fun chats. Like it probably is fun to watch the live stream with the live chat running so that you can see the shit people are talking like while I'm talking. It's great. But oh my God, Nanya, get out of here. We're gonna do it organic with my boring body rolling ass, bro. I know you do talk the most shit, Nanya. And Quantum, I am gonna go turn up. I haven't been out in probably like out. Well, I went out when I was in Colorado, obviously, but like I haven't been out here in forever. So a couple of friends of mine are gonna DJ. I'm gonna go touch some club tonight, bro. Yeah, but Nanya, you are a girl and you have a nice voice. Like I don't listen to girls when they talk about having 500 subs. You ugly girls have 500 subs, Nanya. Ugly girls that don't sound good. I go out here and look at these live streams. There be two busted chicks talking about literally nothing. And they got over 1,000 subs. And they're dumb and ugly. Like, it's different. It is different, bro. It's totally different. And like dudes be in that, like there'll be like 8 people in the chat. And I'm like, yeah, these chicks are just talking about some like drama. Hold up. Okay. Devalian Sense. Real quick. I'm going to do one last question before I get out of here. I'm going to tell you, and it's going to be boring, and you're probably not going to like it. You need to start with Bitcoin and Ethereum. I mean, I just don't see the point in having a crypto portfolio if you're not going to have some sort of guaranteed win during the bull run. Now, during the bull run, everything's going to go up, but the foundation of every portfolio should be Bitcoin and Ethereum at minimum. And like, if you can get Ethereum's going to perform a little bit better than Bitcoin, but bro, when I'm done, I'm getting in the shower, I'm going to get dinner, and I'm going out, Muslim guy. I might tap in for a little bit after I shower, but I got to get cleaned up. I'm going out. I told you, I'm going out into the world tonight, bro. Y'all better quit playing. I ain't sitting on YouTube all night. I'm gonna be on here tomorrow. But always, yeah, Devalian Sense, dude. Like, go with the boring stuff is going to perform exceptionally well during the bull run. The boring stuff will, and that'll get you started. Like, don't start off trying to get a Dogecoin or a Shiba Inu and hoping that you're going to get rich overnight. If you're going to be in this space, be in this space intelligently. And if you don't know what you're doing, start off with the basics because you can win with the basics. And then you can build upon that. And then, like, as you're getting your feet under you and learning how the space works, then you can start venturing off into some of the more riskier stuff, because like basically everything outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum is going to be super risky. If you want my opinion, not financial advice, not any of that shit, it's just my opinion. I would say for this bull run specifically, the narrative's going to be around as far as like the solid stalwarts, Bitcoin being the safest, Ethereum being, in my opinion, equally as safe, but a better upside opportunity. And then XRP, if you want to gamble a little bit and have a little bit of that and do those 3 coins and bang it out and just dollar cost average in, take a little bit off of every check. When I first started doing this, I was investing literally, and I'm not joking, like $1.50 off check. Cause I was broke when I first got it. Like I didn't have my finances together. Like I was a complete brokey, but I took what I could because you can still buy fractions of these things. So I would dollar cost average in. I would do that and get your feet wet. Go ahead and experience the bull run. Get yourself some wins, talk some shit, lose a little bit of money, and then figure out if you have the aptitude to be in this market, because it's different in crypto. Like everything's different, but I would put a major focus on understanding finance, financial literacy, how specifically how money works, what money is, and you'll be set. Because all of those principles, if you apply it to crypto, everything that you learn in traditional finance, most of the strategies, if you apply it to crypto, it's whatever that strategy is on steroids. So that's what I would say. But I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to get cleaned up, and then I'm going to go hang out over with Bumpkin and the New Frontier guys for a little bit before I decide to go out. Canadian Tyler, you might be my new favorite chat fan, bro. See, Canadian Tyler's got my back, bro. Why can't y'all support me like Tyler supports me, bro? Oh, hey, do you have Muslim guy? If you have the link to your guys' stream, actually, hold on. I'm just gonna go freaking see what you guys are doing over here, and I'll share the link myself because I'm that type of homie. There's so many people streaming right now. Is he actually streaming? He is live. Where is the rest of you? I'm not. Oh, you guys are streaming. Okay, I got you. Okay. I'm going to put the link for New Frontier. They're streaming right now. If you guys want to go over and talk some politics, you can go tap in with them. They're currently running live. They have open panel Fridays. For some reason, it's not showing it to me, though. This is ridiculous. See, this is the reason I don't like YouTube. Because I'm subscribed. I do not have the notification that they're streaming live, and they're actively streaming live. That's wild. But boom. I'm sharing it. There. Dang. There you go. Shared it. All right, guys. Well, I just coughed again. Yeah, I'm gonna hop over there for a little bit after I get out of the shower, man, before I go grab some dinner. I'm gonna come hang out. But shout outs to the chat family, shout outs to everybody. Shout outs to everybody who stopped through and said what's up. Namely, obviously Corn Pop's in the building, Nunya's in the building. Let's see, who else do we got in here? We have Corn Bob's. Canadian Tyler's been banging it out all night. You know what I'm saying? Devalian Sense came in on the end with the ringer question at the end of the stream. Appreciate you. Quantum University was in the building tonight. Appreciate you. Mr. Youngblood City obviously was in the building tonight. T. Wriggles B was in the building tonight. Ricky Webster was in the building tonight. Muslim guy was definitely over in the building tonight. And Tayshawn was actually going to be able to watch the stream on time before I got held up at work. And I'm sorry that you didn't get to catch us live, man. But next time, Tayshawn, but I am going to acknowledge that you were here because he was the original first poster, even though he didn't get to catch the show. And he was in the building tonight on time, actually early, mind you. He was 23 minutes early to be specific. But I appreciate all the love and support. I'm going to go body roll at the club after I hang out with Bumpkin and them for a little bit. So it's your boy Reckless Ray Dinero, and we up out of here. Peace.
Cryptocurrency, currency. She love cryptocurrency. Me have a hot sexy girl. Whoa. Girl just a tip jar. She whine and go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she want the crypto. Me have a sexy girl, just a tip top. She wanna come up and she dips up. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she want the crypto. Decentralized like a blockchain. Anyway you see me, girl, you know it now go stop wait. Pull up in the Beamer or the Benzie or the Bentley. Cryptocurrency, that's what we spending. We not in a lending. No for them a stake, yo. We not in a renting. Bad mind fussy them. Want see we ending. Trying out with face, but call that pretending. Now left me 9 milli. Girl, so we trending. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She wanna go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she want the crypto. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She wanna come up and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she want the crypto. She love cryptocurrency, currency, cryptocurrency, currency, cryptocurrency, currency. She love cryptocurrency. MetaMask wallet. Cryptocurrency, currency, cryptocurrency, currency, cryptocurrency, currency. Coinbase wallet. Stack it up. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She wanna go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she want the crypto. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She wanna come up and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no wanna cash, she want the crypto. She love all me DeFi. And some me make she feel high.